Oh, sorry, Katy, you'll have to, would you please make your home base over there? Make sure you speak loudly and bold enough so that it picks you up more than it does me.
The foundation of every state is the education of its youth. Diogenes, an eminent Greek philosopher, makes a very valid point when he says this. Educating our youth is vital. They are the foundation and leaders of our country. Today, there are many organizations that provide entertainment or train a child in certain areas. For example, many communities have programs such as music and sports, art, drama, and science. However, these programs don't usually focus on the whole development of the whole person, but mainly just in that skill or talent. Children need to learn to set goals and achieve them, be effective community members, communicate their ideas well, be confident leaders, and work well with others. 4-H clubs provide structured programs to youth to help them develop these important life skills. 4-H doesn't serve just rural kids in rural areas, but also kids in urban and suburban communities. 4-H gives kids practical, hands-on learning opportunities so that they can gain and practice leadership skills. So these skills will then serve them and their communities for the rest of their lives. According to the National 4-H Council, the first club was started in Clark County, Ohio in 1902 by Mr. A.B. Grimm. This club was originally called the Tomato Club. Then in 1924, the first official clubs were established. The name was changed and the clover emblem was adopted. Today, 4-H serves over 7 million youth in America. So now that I've given you a brief history about 4-H, what does being a 4-H member involve? Well, it involves going to club meetings, participating in at least one project a year, and doing activities outside of your club. A club project is basically saying that we're picking a task or goal you want to accomplish. So at the beginning of the year, you're going to want to think about what kind of project you want to do. There are about 45 areas to choose from, including but not limited to food, clothing, public speaking, aerospace, wood science, livestock health, gardening, collecting, and photography. There are many things to consider before you choose a project, but I would say the most three important are the difficulty level, the time, and your interest level. You want to make sure you don't pick a project that's really difficult for you to accomplish. You want to be able to accomplish it fairly easily. Yes, it should push you a little bit, but it shouldn't be so difficult and overwhelming. You also want to consider time. Do you have enough time to complete this project? If you're a very busy person, like a high school student who has a lot to do, you don't want to pick a project that requires an hour a week or something. You want to pick something that fits in with your schedule. Then the most important thing to consider is your interest level. Are you truly interested in this project? If you're not interested in this, or completely interested in this project, then it's going to get boring by the end of the year and you're going to want to be done with it. So after you've made your decision on your project, you will receive a record book that you can record your goals that you want to accomplish for that year and the new skills you want to learn. They'll also have in there activities that you will need to complete along with your project. So when you get this project book, you want to make sure you write down your goals and skills. Then you're going to want to be working through it throughout the year so that at the end of the year, you don't have a ton of work to do. So hopefully, if you didn't procrastinate, by the end of the year, you'll just have to put finishing touches on this book and then write a story about your 4-H experience, such as what goals you did and didn't accomplish, what new things you learned, and overall, how did your 4-H year go. Then your 4-H leader will give it to the extension office, and then the extension office will give it to the judges to be judged, along with all the other books that 4-H members in Rockingham County completed. Another thing that you do in 4-H, like I said, is go to club meetings. So most clubs meet at least once a month. The meetings are run by the officers and then the adult leader of the club. There are about 5 to 6 youth officers, and these officers are mostly the older members. The officers include president, vice president, treasurer, historian, and secretary. These are the most fundamental ones, but there can also be others such as pledge leader or sunshine leader, which is the sunshine leader would be where you would send cards to members who are sick and things like that. So at the beginning of the meeting, you'll always say the Pledge of Allegiance and the 4-H pledge. You will then discuss business, old and new, and obviously if there's old business from last meeting, you'll discuss that, and any new business that one of the club members wants to discuss. And then after the meeting's adjourned, there might be an educational program, and then there's always some kind of socialization time where you can just talk with your friends, and sometimes they'll have snacks. So I mentioned meetings and I mentioned projects, and then now there's also activities outside of your club. So you can go to summer camp, which is provided by the extension office or our local extension office, and they get a couple counties together to have a summer camp, and they meet at Smith Mountain Lake, and I participated in that and I found that really fun. And they also have workshops. You can create food, different food, and sometimes they'll have holiday workshops where you'll make food around like that holiday, so you'll make Christmas cookies or something like that. And they also have craft workshops that are essentially the same thing. And there's also many competitions you can do through 4-H. You can do Share the Fun, which is where you compete in different areas such as drama and singing and acting and public speaking. And another competition that I'm aware of is animal judging, where you judge the animal with a bunch of other 4-H members, and whoever judges the best wins a prize. There are also volunteer opportunities, such as volunteering in the 4-H food booth at the Rockingham County Fair. And you can also coordinate fundraisers. And then within your club, you can also help club members with their project books, and you can also, through your club, do community service. I have helped out at the county fair in the food booth because I show cattle there all week, and I really enjoy that. That's one of my projects, and so I just found that fun to interact with all the other clubs and their members. So in conclusion, proper education is vital to the future of our country. 4-H is an excellent organization that supports proper education by providing opportunities to youth so that they can grow and develop in essential areas such as responsibility, leadership, service to others, and so that they can learn how to properly set and accomplish goals. If these skills are properly fostered and learned at a young age, they will pave the way for future members to become active members in their community and grow to become solid leaders, which will in turn make their lives richer and easier for everyone. I would like to close with a quote from Franklin D. Roosevelt. He said, "We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future." Are there any questions?